Hello everyone. Today we shall discuss the fifth chapter, The Ailing Planet, the Green Movement's Role, written by Nani Palkiwala. Okay. He is Nani Palkiwala. Okay. Students, this article was written by Nani Palkiwala and published in the Indian Express on 24th November 1994. Okay, the article raises vital issues regarding the degrading environment of the planet. Okay, and the immediate need uh, to promote sustainable development, which have become a burning issue of the day. Students, if we want to make our life safe, healthy, and sound on this earth, we need to preserve this Mother Earth for the for our life. Okay, and for that we need to promote the concept like sustainable development. Okay, clear, which have become the burning issue now. Okay, however, despite consistent efforts of environmentalists and the rapid awareness towards the green movements, the success story is reflecting the earth's bleak or dullness. Okay, the planet the planet is heading towards catastrophic depletion just because of human intrusion and overuse of its resources. Okay, the immediate need is being felt to promote the concept of sustainable development that was popularized in 1987 by World Commission on Environment and Development. Okay, clear, and later you get to know what sustainable development is. Okay, but before that, let me give something more about the introduction to this chapter. Okay, students, this chapter is based upon degrading position of Mother Earth. The present scenario of India is highly deplorable, as a report of Parliament Estimate Committee highlights near catastrophic or tragic degradation of India's forest at the rate of 3.7 million acre a year. Students, it was the rate when the this article was published, and now it might have been increased. Okay, the article Ailing Planet, the Green Movement's Role was written by Nani Palkiwala, as I told you, and published in the Indian Express on 24th November 1994. Okay, here the word green movement's role. So what is the role of green movement? हरित क्रांति का आखिर उसका क्या था? So the green movement is a term that includes conservation of green politics, is a diverse scientific, social, and political movement for addressing environmental issues. Okay, students, in green movement, the environmentalists and scientists, they try to bring some rapid uh, growth in the production of grains and other things. Okay, even uh, they teach us how to use the resource in a limited way so that we can even sustain them for the future generation. Okay, environmentalists uh, advocate the sustainable management of resources and stewardship of the environment through changes in public policy and individual behavior. Okay, clear. In its recognition of humanity as a participant in ecosystem, the movement is centered on ecology, health, and human rights. Okay, so in green movement, the scientists and environmentalists have taken care of all the sphere of life, Okay, even it is centered on ecology, health, and human rights also. Okay, clear? So let us read and try to find out what is there is in this chapter. Okay, following article was written by Nani Palkiwala and published in the Indian Express on 24th November 1994. The issues that he raised regarding the declining health of the earth continue to have relevance. Means the issue that Nani Palkiwala raised in his article, they have their own relevance and logics, uh, and they still have the significance in our day-to-day life, even for today. Okay, one can recall any moment in world history which has gripped the imagination of the entire human race so completely and so as the Green Movement, which started nearly 25 years ago. Students, in this given paragraph, the writer here wants to clarify a fact that the Green Movement possessed and has gripped the imagination of entire human race completely. Okay, since the day it has it was started. Okay, clear? In 1972, the world's first nationwide Green Party was founded in New Zealand. Okay, since then the movement has not looked back. Okay, students, the first nationwide Green Party was founded in New Zealand. Okay, and in 1972 it became the uh, it bec- uh, it became a crucial and important movement widely all over the world. Okay, clear? And since then it has not looked back. Okay, clear? We have shifted one hopes irrevocably from the mechanistic view to a holistic and ecological view of the world. Okay, students, write down the meaning of the word irrevocably. Means not able to be changed. What? Not able to be changed. Okay, and mechanistic means relating to machines. Okay, clear? Okay, holistic means as a whole completely. Okay, clear? So students, now there is a shift in our hopes. Okay, that cannot be changed. Okay, now we have changed from our mechanistic view, means our views, our aptitude towards the use of machines. Okay, and now we have shifted from this mechanistic view to complete as a whole ecological view. Okay, clear? Ecological views of the world. It is a shift in human perception as revolutionary as that introduced by Copernicus, who taught mankind in the 16th century that the Earth and the other planets revolved around the sun. Okay, clear? So this idea is quite revolutionary, challenging, and fundamental. Okay, clear. And from this viewpoint, perception means the viewpoint. Uh, it is this movement is quite important as the discovery of Copernicus, who taught mankind in 16th century that the Earth and the other planet revolved around the sun. Okay, the time Copernicus announced this, he was called crazy. Okay, clear? No one was there to believe what he said. Okay, but still, I must say the discovery of this fact was quite important one. Okay, For the first time in the human history, there is a growing worldwide consciousness that the earth itself is a living organism, an enormous being of which we are parts. Okay, it has its own metabolic needs and vital processes. Okay, which need to be respected and preserved. Okay, clear. So, if we talk about Earth's vital need, so Earth is a living organism, okay, and it is a vast being of which we are just a part. Human beings are just a part of this Earth, okay, students. This Earth has its own metabolical needs. It has its own vital and physical needs, okay, and it has some processes that we need to respect and preserve. ओके, इसकी अपनी आवश्यकताएं, इसकी अपनी ज़रूरतें हैं जिनका हमें ख्याल रखना पड़ेगा, ओके, टू मेक इट a good place to live in. Okay, the earth's vital sign reveals a patient in declining health. We have begun to realize our ethical obligations to be good steward of the planet and responsible trustees of the legacy to future generations. Okay, clear. Students, write down the meaning of legacy. Legacy means inheritance. Okay, obligations is a part of duty, as a part of duty. Okay, clear. Another word is steward. Stewards are the persons who fight and struggle to do something. Okay, so we have our own ethical obligations. Okay, we have now realized that uh, Earth Earth is really a patient in declining health. Okay, okay, it is just like a patient who has impoverished health. Okay, clear. And now we have to safeguard it. Okay, and we have to become a responsible trustee of its inheritance, so that we can even take uh, this inheritance, this legacy, or we can even pass this legacy on the future generation. Okay, हम उसके पास भी हम उसके लिए भी फ्यूचर जनरेशन को भी इसके रिसोर्सेज वगैरह प्रोवाइड करवा सकें, इसके लिए हमें रिस्पॉन्सिबल ट्रस्टी बनना पड़ेगा इसका. ओके, द कंसेप्ट ऑफ सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट was popularized in 1987 by the World Commission on Environment and Development. Okay, in its report, it defined the idea as development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. That is, without stripping the natural world of resources the future generation would need. Students, uh, सतत vikas means the sustainable development. This concept was popularized in 1987 by the World Commission on Environment and Development. Students, this commission defined it as development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their needs. Or in other words, you can say कि development, a development that is done keeping it in mind that the resources they are using, okay, they are using that much resources so that they can even save some of the resources for future generations that they would need in future. Means we should not compromise the need of the ability of the future generation, okay, that they to meet their needs. Okay, even we should make development, we should get our desired development without stripping the natural world of resources that the future generation would need in future. कि उनकी आवश्यकताओं को ध्यान में रखते हुए हमें है ना नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज का उसी उसमें यूज़ करना चाहिए, ताकि फ्यूचर जनरेशन को भी उन रिसोर्सेज का वो यूज़ कर सकें. फॉर एग्जांपल, स्टूडेंट्स, every year in our country, every year roads are being made, built, or you can say repaired. Okay, and every time we use new stones, pebbles and all that, concrete, है ना, हम इन सब का यूज़ करते हैं. So for that, uh, lots of mountains uh, in Aravalli ranges, okay, they have been burned out, they have been even striped out. So as a result, in future, what they would do when there will be no mountain in our neighbor or in our country. So now it's a need of our to use or to focus on reuse, recycle. Okay, clear, clear. To save these natural resources. Okay, so this is called sustainable development. In the zoo at Lusaka, Zambia, there is a case where the notice reads the world's most dangerous animal. Inside the case, there is no animal, okay, uh, but a mirror where you see yourself. Thanks to the efforts of a number of agencies in different countries, a new awareness has now been dawned upon the most dangerous animal in the world. Okay, he has realized the wisdom of shifting from a system based on domination to one based on partnership. Students, in this chapter, the writer not only as described regarding uh, the sustainable development, all that, even in this chapter he has tried to focus the main role of green movement and the purpose with which it is working in the world. Okay, students, green movement has a main objective to spread awareness among human beings. Okay, so here in this para the writer here tries to show the influence of the awareness agencies which has created which have created lots of awareness among human beings. Okay, for example, in the zoo at Lusaka, Zambia, Zambia के एक जू में क्या है भाई, there is a case where a notice reads the world's most dangerous animal. Okay, लुसाका जैम्बिया का जो है ना चिड़ियाघर, वहाँ पर एक पिंजरे पिंजरे में एक शीशा रखा है और उसके ऊपर लिखा है एक नोट लिखा है द वर्ल्ड्स मोस्ट डेंजरस एनिमल. इनसाइड द केस देर इज़ नो एनिमल बट अ मिरर वेयर यू सी योर सेल्फ, जहाँ पर इंसान को उसकी ही इमेज दिखाई देती है. Just to signify that world's most dangerous animal is man. Okay, because man is solely responsible for the depletion in or declination or degradation of the earth's health and other deteriorating conditions. man ही जिम्मेवार है उसके लिए. Okay, thanks to the efforts of a number of agencies in different countries, a new awareness has now dawned upon the most dangerous animal in the world. Okay, here the writer is quite thankful to the agencies who have tried to spread awareness among human beings. Okay, as a result, uh, now man has now man has realized, and it has been revealed or brought to light that that the wisdom of shifting, that life on earth can be possible if men on rely on the system that is based on partnership, not a system that is based on domination. Okay, students, from the beginning अगर हम बात करें तो man has always tried to uh, overpower other animals. Okay, and try to establish his domination on nature and other uh, animals, birds, and all that. Okay, but now this this idea has been changed. Now you have to understand that our life will be possible if we rely on the uh, system of partnership. Means we have to share this mother earth with other creatures also. Okay, clear? Otherwise our life will not be possible and will not be so comfortable as it is now. Okay, students. Scientists have cataloged about 1.4 million living species with which mankind shares the earth. Okay, estimates vary widely as regards the still uncatalogued living species. Biologists reckon that about the 3 to a 100 million other living species still languish unnamed in ignominious darkness. Okay, scientists Scientists have cataloged means enlisted. They have made a list of about 1.4 million living species, okay, with which we share the earth, okay, and even this estimate, this speculation uh, vary widely, okay. It might be quite different as regard, because there are so many other living species that are uncatalogued, and even biologists reckon means guess speculate that about 3 to a 100 million 3 to 100 million other living species are still languish. Languish means forced to stay or suffer, and unnamed, they are unnamed, no name has been given to them, and they are living in ignominious darkness. Ignominious means shameful, okay, causing public disgrace, okay, where people are unaware of their presence on this earth, okay. So there are 3 to a million 3 to a 100 million other species, living species in the world, that are still uncatalogued, unnamed, and they are living in ignominious darkness, okay. ऐसे बहुत सारे जीव जंतु हैं जिनका अभी तक पता भी नहीं है, with which we share this earth. On the early international commissions which dealt inter alia with the question of ecology and environment was the Brands Commission, which had a distinguished Indian as one of its members, Mr. L. K. Jha. Okay, the first Brand report raised the question: are we to leave our successor to a scorched planet or advancing deserts, impoverished landscape, and ailing environment? Okay, students, in this paragraph, the writer here described uh, uh, the early international commission's work. Okay, and this commission uh, raised a good question on ecology and environment. Okay, and this commission was christened, was named as Brands Commission. Okay, and it comprises a distinguished Indian as one of its member, Mr. L. K. Jha. Okay, clear? And Mr. And this commission, in its reports, raised a very pertinent question: if we are going to leave our successor, our heir, to a scorched planet of advancing desert. Okay, scorched means that is striped. Okay, okay, means the question is that the writer is asking a question: if we are going to give the future generation a planet that has no uh, resources left, okay, okay, and it would have a marred landscape, and the condition of the environment will be ailing one, declining, okay. तो क्या हम ऐसा वातावरण हम देने जा रहे हैं बच्चों को आने वाले टाइम में, जिनके पास कुछ नहीं होगा, हैं? फॉर एग्जांपल, water is also a natural resource, okay, clear. And You can see in your neighborhood so many person can be found uh, wasting this water, this resource, this priceless resource a lot. Okay, they keep on wasted, they keep on wasting water. Okay, clear? So this is not a good practice. Okay, clear? Mr. Lester R. Brown, in his thoughtful book, The Global Economic Prospect, points out that the Earth's principal biological systems are four: fisheries, forests, grasslands, and croplands, and they form the foundation of the global economic system. Okay, clear? Mr. Lester R. Brown, in his thoughtful book, has tried to uh, I must say, has tried to mention the fact that there are four major biological systems, that are fisheries, forest, grasslands, okay, and croplands. Okay, clear? And they together make the global economic system. In addition to supplying our food, these four systems provide virtually all the raw material for industry except minerals and petroleum derived synthetics. If we talk about their importance, the significance they possess in our life, uh, these four biological system, they provide all the raw material for our industry uh, uh, क्लियर, एक्सेप्ट किसको छोड़कर, मिनरल्स एंड पेट्रोलियम डिराइव्ड सिंथेटिक्स, इनको छोड़कर बाकी सब के लिए कच्चा माल इन्हीं से मिलता है. In large areas of the world, human claims on these systems are reaching an unsustainable level, a point where their productivity is being impaired. Our students, you can see in large area of the world, human claim on these resources have reached to an unsustainable level. एक ऐसे unbearable level पहुंच गया है where their productivity is being impaired, जहाँ पर इन फोर बायोलॉजिकल सिस्टम्स की जो प्रोडक्टिविटी है वो भी इम्पेयर हो रही है, वो भी हैरेस हो रही है, वो भी डिक्लाइन हो रही है. क्लियर? ओके, हार्म्ड हो रही है, इम्पेयर्ड मीन्स हार्म्ड. ओके, when this happens, fisheries collapse, forest disappears, grasslands are converted into barren wastelands and cropland deteriorate. और जब जब ऐसा होगा ना कि भाई किसी भी सेक्टर के ऊपर ज़्यादा ह्यूमन क्लेम बढ़ा, तो फिशरीज़ क्या होंगी, कोलैप्स हो जाएंगी. फिशरीज कोलैप्स, फॉरेस्ट डिसअपीयर हो जाएंगे, ग्रासलैंड जो हैं दे विल कन्वर्ट इनटू बैरन वेस्टलैंड, अनफर्टाइल वेस्टलैंड बन जाएंगी, वो बंजर धरतियाँ बन जाएंगी. जब जब किसी भी एक सेक्टर के ऊपर ज़्यादा दबाव पड़ता है, वही सेक्टर डिमिनिश हो जाएगा, डिटेरियोरेट हो जाएगा. In a protein conscious and protein hungry world, overfishing is common every day. In poor countries, local forests are being decimated in order to procure firewood for cooking. In some places, firewood has become so expensive that what goes under the pot now costs more than what goes inside it. तो कह रहा है कि in protein conscious world, and we need so much protein to make us fit and healthy. ओके, तो कह रहा है कि इस प्रोटीन कॉन्शियस वर्ल्ड में ओवर फिशिंग जो है ना, इट्स अ कॉमन फिनोमिना. ओके, and every day, even in poor countries, trees are being cut, forests are being decimated. Decimated means killing, okay, killing large number of animals, plants, and people, means trees are being cut just in order to get firewood for cooking. खाना बनाने के लिए, लकड़ी के लिए वो काटते हैं पेड़ों को. ठीक है, इन सम प्लेसेस द woods have become so expensive that uh, now cost more than now it cost more than what goes inside. ओके, कि चूल्हे के नीचे जलने वाली लकड़ी ज़्यादा महंगी है उससे जो खाना वो बन रहा है उससे, उस मटेरियल से ज़्यादा महंगी तो लकड़ी है कई जगह. Okay, since the tropical forests is, in the words of Dr. Myers, the powerhouse of evolution. Okay, uh, several species of life face extinction as a result of its destruction. So, Dr. Myers, in his statement called the tropical forest, the powerhouse of evolution, and e- okay, and when they are being decimated at a high rate, that's why, as a result, this cause its destruction. Okay, let me make you some geographical pictures, okay, so that the things become more interesting, okay, and you can even learn in a better way. Student, suppose this is your earth, okay, and this is your 0 degree uh, equator, okay. Now this is your, means, this is your north pole and this is your south pole, okay, south pole, okay. uh, this one is called 23 and a half, okay, and another line is drawn 23 and a half, okay, clear, kark or makar rekha, okay, clear. And then another distribution is of 63 and a half, and another is 63 and a half. If we talk about the tropical forest, okay, students, 0 to 23 and a half to north, and 0 to 23 and a half south, this part is called the part of tropical forest, okay, clear, students. This is what Dr. Myers called the powerhouse of evolution, okay. Most of the woods are found in this part of the world, okay, ठीक है, clear. uh, this is the cold regions of our earth, okay. So these this area, this one and this one is an area of are the areas of low vegetation, okay, clear. And these are the cold areas, clear, cold one, clear. So now the right, Dr. Myers called this part of earth is a as a powerhouse of evolution, okay, clear, students, clear. And several species face extinction as a result of its destruction, और इसके destruction की वजह से several जो species है ना, they face extinction, okay, they are on the verge of extinction, you know. Extinction means total destruction, disappearance, wiping out of something. Means so many species of life, they got disappeared. Okay, clear, clear. So this is your, this is the first part of this chapter. Okay, we'll try to read the next one in next video. Okay, till then, stay home, be safe, and thanks for watching video. Hello everyone. Today's article was written by Naini Palkiwala and published in the Indian Express on 24th November 1994. The issues that he raised regarding the declining health of the earth continue to have relevance. Means the issue that Nani Palkiwala raised in his article, they have their own relevance and logics, and they still have the significance in our day-to-day life, even for today. Okay, one can recall any.